guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. Okay, so you have your planner, and maybe you've had your planner for a while, or you are new to planning and you want to make it more functional. One of the best things that you can do is actually put your planner into sections. I love putting my planner into sections because it helps me compartmentalize and not be overwhelmed by having too much information on one page. But if you have struggled trying to figure out what your section should be in your planner, I am hoping that this video will help you. Now, let me put out a quick disclaimer. Within my planner, I do have a nice number of sections that help me stay organized and super functional. Know that this video is meant to inspire you and give you some ideas on different sections that may work for you, but all of our lives are different. So just because I have all of these sections in my planner does not mean that they will all work for you. The goal of this video is just to give you some tips and some ideas of different things that you can do. You can take it, you can try it, experiment, and tweak it to make it your own. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you need to note is that I have basically two Frankenplan systems that I work out of. Please stay tuned for Friday's video because I am going to be doing a full flip through of both of these planners and sharing with you how I use each and every section. But I do go in between these two throughout the course of my day in order to stay on top of everything. So I'm going to be sharing with you my most vital sections that I use every single day. Let's start with the very first section, which is in this planner, and it is my daily section. My daily section is an area where I keep track of my daily ideas, my random notes, my to-dos that come to mind, all my brainstorming throughout the course of my day. All of that happens within this section. I did a video about 2 weeks back on the getting things done method, and within that video I talked about the importance of having a capture section, a daily section, a place where you can scribble and just write down a whole bunch of random notes. So let me zoom you in. This is that section for me. I don't use a daily sheet every single day, but whenever I do, it's usually one really long list of a bunch of things that's just on my mind or different things that have happened throughout the course of the day. I will also use the back to write down a whole bunch of other notes of different things that have happened, and then at the end of each day I will transfer these notes into another section of my planner if it requires me to do so. But I feel as though having a daily section in your planner, a place where you can jot down a whole bunch of notes, even if it's just a blank sheet of paper, is super helpful and super functional within your planner. And even though I don't put down any stickers, there isn't any major decoration, and a lot of times it's super messy, it's still one of my favorite parts of my planner because it allows me to be super functional and actually stay on top of everything. So this is the very first section that I recommend that you have within your planner. The second section that I recommend that you have is a schedule section. Your schedule section or your weekly section is a section where you can write down anything that requires you to be in a certain time at a certain place for a specific event. This is my life planner. It is an undated hourly planner that I created, and it goes from the time of 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. I use this section of my planner to time block my day, and basically I am allocating by time any place that I need to be and anything that I need to do. I usually have my top 3 items that I would like to complete at the very top, and then within my planner I will list out all of my appointments, meetings, and anything that I need to do within a certain time frame so that I know that specific time is allocated to a specific thing. Out of all of the sections that I have in my planner, this is probably the one that I flip to the most because this is telling me at a specific time what I'm supposed to be doing or where I am supposed to be. Now, of course, if you aren't a time blocking type person, this could be your catch-all section or a section where you just kind of allocate what you're going to do throughout a specific day. I like to put mine to time, but I do understand that some people feel like that is pretty restrictive. But either way, you need a section in your planner where you can see the overview of your entire week and everything that you would need to do. The third section that I would recommend is your personal section. This section allows you to break down all of your home to-dos, your personal to-dos, your health, your family, fitness, all of those things that really may get pushed on the back burner if we did not pay attention to them. So I know I have gone back and forth with this planner. Sometimes I'm really good with it. Other times I have fallen off of it. But I do know that every time I have fallen off, usually everything else goes down the drain. I'm no longer working out. I'm not watching what I'm eating. I'm not tracking any healthy habits, which means I'm usually not being healthy. So having this planner is definitely super, super helpful in order to help me stay on top of my overall health. I also keep things for the kids and trips and other things that we are doing in this planner. So this one kind of serves as like a memory planner and family planner and health planner. It's basically all the things that are not business. Now, of course, if you're a fitness buff or you're super into your health, you may want to have a separate health wellness section. I just keep everything all within this one because it just works better for me. But I do recommend that you have some type of personal section in your planner, even if it isn't a full planner. If it's a note section and you just have note pages, you just want to have a way to keep track of all of those things that you need to stay on top of your health and wellness. And of course, if I have a personal section, I also have a business section. With having a business / work section in your planner, you can break down all of your work tasks and everything that you may need to do or places you need to be for your job. In mine, I like to keep track of my YouTube posts and any other social media posts. I also like to keep track of courses that I would like to teach or things that I need to do for my clients. This section in my planner is where I can break down all of the different ideas that I might have for my business and anything that I may need to do for it. And the great thing about having these different sections is that I can go into a lot of detail. Many times people will comment on my channel that they can't understand why I have so many planners. They don't understand the multi-planner type mindset. But the reason why I love having so many is because the amount of information that I like to keep and write down on a daily basis. Having a section that is for my full weekly and one for my business and one for my personal means that I can time block my day in my weekly section. I can write in my weekly section that I need to work on my business from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. And then when I come to my business section, I literally can see what videos I need to film and what I should be doing in between this particular time. Then when it comes down to my personal section, let's say I said I was going to work on personal items from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. I can flip to this section and see what cleaning chores I needed to do, what appointments I need to book, or anything that else that I may need to do for my home and family. So that's the great way that these sections really work together to make sure that I stay organized and don't forget anything. I do not like to rely on my brain for anything. The minute someone tells me something, I immediately want to write it down. So having all of this space within my planners allows me to do that. Okay, let's get back into the next section. The next section that I highly recommend that you have within your planner is a future dated section. Now this section is specifically for all of us multi-planner type girls. If you are a Franken planner and you have only 1 month within your Franken planning system, then you may want to have a section where you keep track of the future upcoming months. So currently we are in August. So for me, I do have August through December in my future dated section, and I am able to write down anything that's coming up in the future months, even though I don't have that month in my planner yet. So what I did is printed out some blank calendars. These are blank calendars that I do carry in my shop, and it's portrait style, meaning there's 1 month on the page. I write down the month and the year at the very top. I will date it, and then I am able to write down any upcoming events, any meetings, any appointments, any trips on this sheet. Then when it's time to switch out the months in my planner, I will put in August in my planner, take out this sheet, and then transfer all of the information that I have on this sheet into my monthly spread. Now, I do use Google Calendar as a backup as well, so sometimes I will add it there as well. So whenever I am planning my month, I always look at my phone and I look at this calendar here. This ensures that I stay on top of all of the events and appointments that I have coming up and I don't lose any information. So I highly recommend that you have a future dated section if you are a Franken planner and you have 1 month in your main planner. The next section is a gimme, but I'm gonna still talk about it, and that is a section for your finances. You guys know we always talk about money around here, and having a section that is specifically dedicated to your finances is super helpful because it really does help you stay on top of your budget and anything that's coming up throughout the course of your day. So every single month I will use this section in order to jot down what is coming up with our money, what bills have I covered, what are still open that I need to cover, and I will even jot down notes of what's coming up next month. Now, we do use Excel for certain things as well because my husband loves to see our budget in Excel, but this is the very main way that I am staying on top of our finances. So I do highly recommend that even if you don't have a full planner, that you have some type of section within your planner that you can keep track of your finances because it's such an important part of our daily lives. So like I said, in mine, I am keeping track of my bills, any type of upcoming variable expenses, all of my daily transactions, savings, sinking funds, all of that I keep within this section. And just to mention again, every section that we're talking about is a section that I use on a daily basis in my planner. The next section that I'm going to talk about is a section for your meetings and projects. So I will get into all of the specifics of this particular section in Friday's video, but I did want to mention that this entire section of my planner is more like a notebook section because I have divided it up by subjects and I use it to keep track of any meetings or projects that I have in those particular sections. And I use it to keep track of any projects or meetings that I have in that particular section of my life. These dividers are new. I did get them from Jane's Agenda. She was so kind to send me over the subscription box that she had from last month, and when I saw these dividers, I instantly fell in love with them. So I will link to her shop in the description box if you're interested. But the reason why I love them so much is because you get 6 dividers. I love being able to have 6 dividers because it really means that I am able to have a section for every single area of my life. But for instance, if I flip to my home section, this is an area where I have a blank sheet of paper and I mainly use it as a notebook to where I can plan different things that are coming up, like birthday parties or celebrations or house projects or any things that we are doing within our home section or within our family. Back to school is coming up soon. I'm going to have a section in here where I jot down all of the supplies that they need, but I love being able to write down a whole bunch of things that are coming up. So it's mainly like a notebook over a planner because in the home section of my planner, I am talking about specific appointments, to-dos, that is just like one to do. But when I'm planning out a birthday party, I have guest lists and a menu and a theme, and it's way more that I am writing out than if it was just a one thing that I needed to do. So with things like that, when it's projects or meetings and things that I just kind of need to brainstorm and write down, I like to use this section of my planner. And we're going to do the full flip through of how I have everything set up in Friday's video, but I did want to pinpoint that I believe you should at least have a projects and meetings section. Now, you may not want to divide it up as I have, where I have all of these different sections in this one part of my planner, but this is the way that I like to see things. Like I said, I like to compartmentalize. If I am looking at stuff for my home, I want to be able to specifically look at things for the home and nothing related to my business. But if that is overwhelming to you, if you feel like having all of these multiple sections would be overwhelming, too much, and it would bother you, then please put it all in one section. Like I said, we're all different and our minds operate differently, so what works for me may not work for you. So even if you have one section that is all dedicated to meetings and projects, that would definitely work as well. I just believe that having a meetings/projects section in your planner will be super helpful to help you stay on top of everything. And those are the 7 sections that I use on a daily basis. Now, of course, I still have my commonplace section and my faith section, but I didn't mention those in this video because my faith section is specifically related to my spiritual journey, and my commonplace section is not one that I flip to on a daily basis. But all of the other 7 sections that we have talked about today, I use them every single day, and I absolutely love them. I feel like they make my system complete. So guys, those are the sections that I use within my planner. They really do help me out, make me feel like I'm organized and on top of everything. Please let me know, what do you use in your planner? What sections do you have? If you have sections that are different from mine, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you guys in Friday's video. On Friday, I'm going to be sharing with you my complete notebook and planner setup. So we're going to be talking about all the specifics of what I am currently using in order to keep everything organized. You guys know we do this every single month, and you guys seem to really enjoy those videos. So I will see you on Friday. And until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.